You are a lone scout at the edge of the void. Your ship is a speck of dust against the velvet black. Ahead of you, the Prism Nebula awaits, a place forbidden by every star chart, a place marked by warnings and old fears. No one enters the prism, no one returns. But you are not everyone. You are a chaser of whispers, a follower of lost signals. Weeks ago, you found a ghost, a faint, repeating message from the nebula's heart. It was a siren song that no one else dared to answer. They called you a fool. They said it was a phantom, an echo of a dying star. You pushed the throttle forward. Your ship, the Stardust Drifter, responds with a low hum. It's a good ship, small but stubborn, much like its pilot. The outer veil of the nebula rushes to meet you. Colors flash across your viewport, swirls of magenta and emerald green, ribbons of impossible sapphire light. It is beautiful and deeply wrong. This is no cloud of gas and dust. It feels structured. It feels ancient and intentional. The signal grows stronger, a pure, clean note in the chaotic symphony of space. It pulls you deeper into the breathtaking glow. The old warnings fade behind you. Curiosity is a powerful fuel. It burns hotter than any star drive. And right now, it is all you have. You move deeper into the prismatic light. The colors are no longer just beautiful, they are blinding. Your sensors begin to flicker. Alarms chirp a frantic, useless rhythm. You try to pull back on the controls, nothing happens. The ship continues its steady, unguided course. You are no longer the pilot. You are cargo. An unseen force has taken you. It is not violent. It is absolute. A silent, irresistible pull toward the nebula's core. Outside your viewport, the swirling gases give way to something else. Crystalline structures emerge from the light. They are massive, geometric, and perfectly clear. They form a web, a labyrinth of shimmering, star-born glass. Your ship is guided through its impossible corridors. The light refracts through a million facets. It paints shifting rainbows across your cockpit. It feels like you are flying through a shattered diamond. A joke forms in your mind. The ship's warranty definitely did not cover this. But you cannot laugh. The sheer scale of it all is terrifying. This is a place built by something far beyond you. Your ship's systems are completely dead now. Only life support remains active. You are a ghost in a machine, pulled by invisible strings through a silent crystal web. The signal you were chasing has gone quiet. It has done its job. It has brought you here. The lure is gone. The trap is sprung. The journey ends as quietly as it began. Your ship drifts into a vast, open space, a cavern at the heart of the crystal labyrinth. It is a pocket of perfect, silent black, and in its center floats a machine, an object of such impossible size it defies understanding. It dwarfs starships. It dwarfs space stations. It dwarfs entire moons. It is a silent, dormant citadel. Its surface is smooth, a dark, non-reflective metal you cannot identify. Geometric lines trace paths across its hull. They suggest power. They suggest purpose. But everything is still. The silence is profound. It is the silence of a tomb. Your small ship floats before it, a mote of dust before a mountain. You scan the object with your ship's limited emergency power. The readings make no sense. The citadel seems to absorb all energy. It radiates nothing but cold, a deep, penetrating cold that seeps into your bones. Then you see it. Faint energy signatures. Not of power, but of containment. A network of fields woven into the very fabric of the machine. This is not a city. It is not a weapon. It is a prison, a cage built with godlike engineering. It was made to hold something, something ancient, something powerful. And as you float in its shadow, you feel a terrible certainty. The prison is still occupied. You have found a lock, and you have brought yourself to its door. You decide you cannot just wait for things to happen. You put on your suit. You cycle the airlock. The cold of the void is nothing compared to the chill from the citadel. You drift across the gap between your ship and the structure. Your magnetic boots clang against its dark surface. The sound is an insult to the crushing silence. You explore the metallic shell for what feels like hours. There are no doors, no viewports, no obvious way inside. But there is a terminal. A small, indented panel that glows with a faint inner light as you approach. You touch its surface. Light explodes around you. Not real light, but a projection. A holographic record springs to life. Figures made of pure light appear. They are tall and elegant. Their forms shift like calm fire. You see them building worlds. You see them shaping suns with waves of their hands. They are a forgotten people, a race of beings who wrote the laws of star science. The holograms call them, the architects. The scene shifts. A new group appears. Shorter, more aggressive beings, clad in brutal armor. The architects welcomed them. They shared their knowledge. They offered peace. But the newcomers offered only betrayal. The recording shows a sudden, terrible war. The newcomers used the architects' own creations against them. They stole everything. They imprisoned the star-born creators. The last image is of this very citadel, the final prison. The newcomers seal it. They wrap it in a synthetic nebula of crystal and light. A cage to hide their crime from the galaxy. A cage to hold the rightful masters of the cosmos. The hologram fades. You are left alone in the dark. The silence returns, now filled with the weight of stolen history. A proximity alert blares inside your helmet. You look up from the citadel's surface, back towards the entrance of the crystal web. A tear in reality opens. A rupture of light and energy. One ship emerges, then another, and another, a fleet of them. Their hulls are gunmetal gray. Their design is brutal and efficient. They are the ships from the hologram. It is the Dominion, the self-proclaimed authority of the galaxy. An armada has appeared at the nebula's edge. Their arrival is no coincidence. They must have detected your entry. Or perhaps they detected the citadel's flicker of activity. It does not matter. They are here, and they have come with overwhelming force. You scramble back to your ship. Your heart hammers against your ribs. The Dominion fleet is a symbol of order, of ruthless, unyielding control. To see them here confirms the whispers of the hologram. They are not peacekeepers. They are jailers. They have come to protect their great secret, to ensure the prison remains sealed. You get back inside the Stardust Drifter just as a communication channel opens. It is a broadcast aimed at you. A face appears on your main screen. He is handsome, severe. His uniform is immaculate. He is a Dominion commander, and his eyes hold nothing but contempt. He does not know what you have seen. He only knows that you have trespassed. The commander's voice fills your cockpit. It is smooth, arrogant, and cold as deep space. This is Commander Valerius of the Dominion First Fleet. He pauses, letting the weight of his title sink in. You have entered a restricted zone. You pilot an unregistered vessel of primitive design. He almost smiles. It is not a friendly expression. Your presence here is an error, a foolish miscalculation by an inferior creature. Valerius leans closer to his camera. Whatever you think you have found, it is beyond your comprehension. It belongs to the Dominion. This sector belongs to the Dominion. The very stars you see belong to the Dominion. He believes every word he says. He calls your species a temporary infestation, a footnote in the grand history of the galaxy, a history that he claims his people have written. He says he has wiped out entire colonies for lesser crimes. He threatens to erase you, to turn your ship and your body into scattered atoms. A primitive's folly, he calls it. He sees you as nothing more than a bug to be squashed. But you know the truth. You have seen the holographic records. His empire is a lie. His authority is stolen. His confidence is born from a crime as old as the stars. You want to tell him. You want to scream the truth into his smug face. But you remain silent, because something else is happening. A new knowledge is blooming in your mind. As Valerius speaks, the Citadel speaks to you, not in words, not in images, but in pure understanding. It bypasses your senses. It downloads truth directly into your consciousness. You learn the nebula's final secret. It was not born from dying stars. It is not natural. It is a machine, a masterpiece of containment technology. The crystal web is its machinery. The prismatic colors are the outputs of a power system beyond imagination. The nebula is the cage, an artificial prison designed to last for eternity. The architects were not just imprisoned within the Citadel. The Citadel itself is only the lock. The nebula is the cell. They are trapped inside this entire shimmering bubble of space. You understand why the Dominion is so afraid. Why this place is so forbidden. The greatest power in the galaxy is a fraud. They are wardens of a stolen kingdom. They are sitting on a throne that does not belong to them. Commander Valerius continues his threats. He is a man shouting at a storm, completely unaware that the storm is about to wake up. Then, a voice. It is not the downloaded knowledge from the Citadel. This is different. It is clear, personal, and impossibly ancient. It blooms inside your head like a newborn star. It is not male or female. It is a voice of pure thought, of pure intellect. And it is speaking directly to you. Can you hear me, little spark? The voice is calm, patient. It feels like the universe itself has turned its attention to you. It is a mind of immense power, a mind that has been silent for countless millennia, a mind from within the crystal prison. It calls itself an architect, a true maker of worlds. We have watched you. We saw you arrive. We saw you uncover the records. The voice is tinged with a deep, cosmic sadness. You are the first to learn the truth in 10 million years. You try to form a thought in response, a question. Who are you? The architect understands before you can even finish. We are the ones who were betrayed. We are the prisoners of our own foolish trust. The architect confirms everything you have seen. But it adds a new, horrifying layer. The Dominion did not just steal their technology. They stole their history. They erased the architects from every record. They edited the memory of the galaxy. They positioned themselves as the original star-born race, the rightful heirs to the cosmos. A lie so complete, so total, it became the truth. The architect's voice gains a hard edge, a sliver of cold anger that cuts through the calm. The Dominion's crown is not their own. Their empire is built upon our stolen genius. Their peace is maintained by our stolen power. They are parasites who have forgotten the name of their host. This is the great lie, the foundational deceit of the galactic order. On your screen, Commander Valerius is done talking. He gives a final, dismissive glare. His image winks out. He has judged you. He has found you wanting, and now he will carry out his sentence. His fleet is moving into formation. Their weapon ports are glowing with terrifying energy. He's going to try and break the Citadel open. The fool, The architect whispers in your mind. He does not know what he is doing. The Dominion fleet opens fire. Lances of pure energy, weapons that can crack continents, slam into the dark, silent prison. The Citadel shudders. For the first time in millions of years, its surface shows a sign of damage. Deep, glowing scars appear where the beams hit. But the Citadel is not the only thing that reacts. The entire nebula convulses. The crystalline structures vibrate. They begin to fracture. The beautiful, stable labyrinth is breaking apart. The prison is becoming unstable. Valerius thinks he is cracking a vault. He is actually shattering the bottle that holds a genie of unimaginable power. The architect's voice is urgent now. His reckless assault is weakening the cage. But their attack is also shredding the very fabric of this space. If the prison collapses uncontrolled, it will tear reality apart across this whole sector. You watch in horror as cracks of pure nothingness appear in the space around you. The Dominion's brute force is a hammer against a structure of pure logic. It is an act of cosmic vandalism. The architect's mental voice is a beacon in the growing chaos. For eons we have waited. We have been too weak to break the seals ourselves. The Dominion's own energy can be used to unlock the cage. But we need a focus, a catalyst. The voice softens. It feels like it is looking right through you, into you. We have studied every race that evolved in this galaxy. We watched them rise and fall. We saw their strengths and their weaknesses. The architect pauses. But your species, you are different. You are chaotic, illogical, unpredictable. You are driven by hope, an emotion our jailers can neither understand nor measure. It is the human variable. They never predicted you, the architect says. A creature from a forgotten world. A creature who would be foolish enough to chase a ghost signal. A creature with a spirit that does not know when to surrender. You are the key. The one thing our ancient jailers never accounted for. You are the spark that can light the fire of our freedom. A new sense of purpose fills you. It pushes away the fear. You are no longer a lost scout. You are a catalyst, a variable in an ancient cosmic equation. The architect lays out the plan. It is simple. It is insane. It is perfect. You must fly your ship into the prism's heart. You must reach the Citadel's primary core. Your tiny ship, the Stardust Drifter, is the only thing that can do it. It is small enough to navigate the inner systems. It is piloted by a being whose mind is its own. A mind that the Dominion cannot predict or control. The architect will guide you. They will open a path. You must fly to the core. Your goal is to reignite it, to trigger a controlled release that will set the architects free. Can you do this, little spark? The architect asks. There is no time for hesitation. Outside, the Dominion's barrage intensifies. The very space around you is groaning under the strain. Show me the way, you say out loud. Your own voice sounds strange in the silent cockpit. It sounds determined. The path appears in your mind, a glowing line through the heart of the storm. You grip the controls. They are responsive again. The Citadel is lending you its power. You push the throttle to maximum. Your small ship leaps forward. It dives toward the wounded, ancient machine. The Dominion commander must be watching your tiny heat signature on his screens. He must be laughing. The primitive is flying to its own doom. He has no idea he is watching his own world end. The race begins. You are inside the Citadel now, flying through corridors not meant for ships. Tunnels of pure light twist and turn. They collapse behind you as the Dominion's weapons fracture the prison. It is a race against annihilation. The architect's guidance is a steady presence in your mind. Left here. Now, climb. The structure is failing. Debris from the citadel's inner walls flies past your viewport. Arcs of raw energy, unleashed from their ancient conduits, lash out at you. Your shields flare, absorbing hits that should have vaporized you. The citadel is protecting you. It is using its last ounces of strength to pave your way. It is a dying beast helping the flea that will save its soul. This is a new kind of flying. It is instinct and trust. You pull the ship into a hard turn that should tear it apart. But the localized gravity shifts, cradling you through the maneuver. It feels less like piloting a machine and more like riding a thought through a collapsing dream. A stray weapons beam from the Dominion fleet punches through the outer hull far above. A whole section of the tunnel ahead of you disintegrates into light and dust. Faster, little spark, the architect urges. They are redoubling their attack. They sense a change in the citadel's energy. Of course they do. They are probably confused. Why would their target be fighting back? They have no category for this. A prisoner they forgot existed is using a primitive to undo their entire empire. It is a joke that is about to land with the force of a supernova. You push the ship harder than you ever have before. The engines scream in protest. The ship's frame groans, but it holds. It holds, through one last tunnel of blinding, white light. And then, you are through. You burst into a cavern of impossible scale. The core. You have reached the heart of the prism. It is a sphere of silent, sleeping energy. A miniature sun, waiting for a dawn that has not come for millions of years. You fly toward the console that floats near the core. A single interface. The final lock. You align your ship. You follow the architect's final instructions. You channel your ship's power. A tiny, insignificant amount of energy. You send it into the console. A key turning in a lock. The sequence begins. The core awakens. Not with a bang, but with a single, pure note of music. A chord that resonates in your mind, in your bones, in your very spirit. A wave of pure white light erupts from the core. It is not a wave of destruction. It is a wave of truth. It expands outwards, passing through your ship without harming it. It washes over the entire citadel, healing its wounds, reigniting its systems. The light bursts out of the citadel. It rips through the nebula. The crystal structures do not shatter. They dissolve. They transform into motes of shimmering dust. The light of freedom washes over the Dominion fleet. In an instant, every one of their ships goes dark. Their engines die. Their weapons go silent. Their screens fill with the truth, the holographic records, the story of their stolen crown. They are silenced not by a weapon, but by a revelation too profound to bear. The Prism Nebula is gone. The artificial prison has vanished. In its place, the freed architects emerge. They are beings of pure light and energy. Their forms are as vast as moons. Their presence floods the sector with a feeling of ancient, benevolent power. The Dominion fleet floats silently before them, helpless, broken by the weight of their own history. Your little ship drifts in the quiet space between them, a witness to the dawn of a new age. The architect's voice returns to your mind. It is no longer tinged with sadness. It is filled with a light that matches their brilliant forms. You did it, little spark. You have returned the light. The return of the architects shatters the old order. The lie that held the galaxy in its grip for millions of years is broken. Humanity is no longer a minor species, a footnote on the galactic stage. Your people are now known as the ones who dared to answer the call, the ones who flew into the forbidden dark, the species that brought back the truth. You are no longer just a scout. You are an emissary of change, a hero who reminded the galaxy that even the oldest prisms can be broken, and that even the smallest spark can relight the stars.